I had the pleasure of visiting Buckingham Palace. I got an invite a couple of months ago for a royal garden party. I think they do like up to 5 garden parties a year, and each one has a different theme. So this was an education and skills theme. So people within the world of education and skills were invited along. So I think there's like 7,000 people that went along to it, and it was amazing to be fair. And yeah, managed to meet His Majesty the King. It was just a lottery, so it basically put a few people in the middle. So certain people had been chosen to definitely meet him, and everyone else is by the side. So if you were by the side, it was just a lottery as to whether he came over or not. And I'm not saying he made a beeline for me, but I think the suit helped, which had quite a lot of messages and comments on the pictures to say I resemble a Spice Boy from the Liverpool 1996 FA Cup final. But he sort of came over, and I shook his hand, and then he sort of said, I've never been in the company of so many teachers." And I went, "Yeah, I know. It makes you think who's looking after the kids." To which he laughed. And then he said, "So what do you do? Do you teach or do you train teachers?" And I was like, "Oh, funnily enough, I do both, pal." I said, "No, I do both. I train teachers, yeah." And he said, "What do you train them on?" And I said, "Oh, technology, using tech." And he said, and then he went, "Oh, so you're not to blame for all these cyber attacks, are you?" And I went, "Oh, no, 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 I'm not that good a teacher." And then again, he laughed. So I had quite a nice little moment with him. But the thing was, Claire was sort of stood behind me. And I said to Claire, I was like, if he comes over, just film the interaction, just film it. But they made it clear, they were like, if he comes over you, don't take a selfie with him, which is fair. So she managed to sneakily take one picture, and I don't know if you saw the picture, and both the king and his, I don't even know who it is, but someone who was walking with him,
His royal steed.
yeah, are giving me the dirtiest looks you have ever seen. Like I have said, something so almost like he's looking at me, going, "Who let you in here?" Like it. Wait a second. You're not welcome on these premises. And it was so annoying because actually the interaction we had was quite like humorous, and he was laughing, but it just looks like I've dropped an absolute clanger of a line, and they're both sort of giving me the side eye to sort of say, "You are not welcome around these parts."